Yeah, that's mad still. I was gonna say, how important is relationship to achieving your life goals, especially like business goals? Like, how important do you think that is?
I think it's a key factor still. I won't lie to you. I think it's a key factor. I think the people that you have around you determine a lot about your life. Determine a lot, man.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So this is, just in case you guys didn't know, this is relationship segment now. So, what do you think of
You slipped that one in there, Jen.
I had to just slide it in. Okay.
I was going to ask you to elaborate on what you meant, like in terms of.
So, like, relationship in terms of like partners, for example, but obviously, like, there's family as well in relationships, there's friends, there's other things, but I think first I wanted to start with your other half.
Or your fool.
Before we go, or my fool, the way I put it, before we go into like friends and other aspects as well.
Yeah, I think it's important to have someone that speaks the same language as you.
Yeah.
Once you have that, then you don't have to translate every day.
Yeah.
Becomes the problem.
Yeah.
You have to either come down to someone's level or feel like you're reaching.
Facts,
man.
Facts. Yes.
Big facts.
Yes.
That becomes another job.
It is.
Yeah, for real. For
real.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up, because I feel like there's a lot of people that want to achieve things in life, and the people they've chosen to be their life partners, they don't see eye to eye with that.
Yeah.
And my thing is, well, are you with this person because of their looks and all this that they come with, or are you with them because they really understand you, they really speak your language, as Kofi just put it? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's key, man. I think a lot of people don't understand, because, and the reason why I ask this question is, you know, in the times where, because me and Alicia don't go out, we love our time together, right?
Yeah.
And one of the major things that we used to do, one of our favorite programs, was Grand Designs. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah.
And majority of the episodes, have you noticed? Majority of the episodes, couples.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Couples who they've lived their life, they've built a lot of things together, and now they're building their dream home. So you don't usually see many single people on there. So that's why I asked this question, because I know me and Alyssa always ask ourselves, like, right, like, it's crazy. It's good to see. Do you understand? Like, people that have been together for 20 years, 30 years. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, nowadays, I feel with our generation, like, no one's looking at that. No one's even thinking, rah, boy, I need to choose someone that I can build with.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think, like you said about the whole microwave thing, our generation a lot of people don't even understand the language they speak themselves.
Woo!
To even get to the point to even identify this person speaks my language, you know.
Yeah. God bless you. They don't even know. Yeah,
that was serious. That was serious.
That's why I threw my hands up like I was praying to the Lord, because I felt that one in my soul. But that's fact. Some people don't even know themselves.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Do you know? But I genuinely think that it is one, like, especially if you're talking about your other half, it is so important to have the person that speaks the same language as you, you know, transitioning this journey with you.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that could defeat you.
Facts. Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing that could defeat you.
Absolutely.
And if you're already defeated when you come home by who's there, when you go outside, oh man, it's long. It's long.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's long. It is totally long.
That's real. That's real, man.
And I'm a single person saying that.
Yeah.
I know the value of having someone there that you could bump heads with. Not bump heads in a negative way, but you could, can join heads with
ideas,
and then just bounce ideas off of each other.
Right.
But their intention to see you succeed is the same intention you have to see them succeed. There's no competition. Do you know what I mean? There's no ego.
But it's the reason why they
thing.
tell you to be alone when you're doing certain things, or they will advise you that if you're not, because it's hard for you to find someone that's going to understand that.
Yeah,
this
my
time
brother.
is sacrifice for this.
Listen,
if you're speaking the same language, you understand this goal is.
That's
you don't
it.
have to explain. You don't. There's loads of things you don't have to.
Yeah, man.
But if you're there trying to fix, put a puzzle that don't fit.
Yeah.
Gonna keep on.
Yeah, man. Go on, CJ.
Yeah. It's too deep for you.
You really chimed in, CJ.
No,
He's like Mrs. Watching.
Coffee smacked it.
And you can say it.
There's nothing really to add.
For real. I was hoping that we can stretch that a bit, but yeah. Now
I think one thing that I can say is going back to what he said about the language. People's languages are created off of what they see other people, so-called influencers, and so-called this is an idol type of person. So now their language is based off of that. So you see a woman that's probably, or a man that's doing well, or whatever it may be. Now you think, okay, I need a man that's doing well, or I need a woman that's doing. You don't know what comes with that. Like you said, you know that person probably needs 15 to 18 hours a day to really dedicate to their craft. But okay, you want the money, you want the glitz and everything, but you can't give them that time that they need to be able to build something that's, you know what I'm saying, that they're working towards. That's you know,
that
for
seems to be
the family and stuff
a
like
lot
that.
of people are having, or a lot. It seems like I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are fighting it. It seems to be like a divide. There's women that are understanding that if I want this kind of person, then I have to sacrifice this.
Right.
There's some people that have been sold that they have to have this kind of person and also have the time.
Exactly.
And also go do this and do that.
Exactly.
What time do I make that money that you're spending?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And those people never last and they're never happy.
Well, this is it. Then they get a rude awakening. But it's either you're going to live by seeing what people have gone through or you go through yourself. Yeah.
I would also say I think it's better I'm a single guy doing all the talk. All you people
we're listening. We're giving you your platform.
I think
hey, you never know. You could find the one from
Hyve.
your mind like this.
I think like for me, the way I'm deep in things, it's much better to have someone that you grow with and that you go through the battles with than to get there or not get there, but you know, just accomplish whatever you're working.
Then you don't know the reason. You don't know who's who. You don't
exactly,
know
and you're not battle tested.
No.
You're not battle proof.
No.
Like once you've climbed them steps with someone, it's totally different now.
That's
you
what
know,
we prove,
you look at each other differently. You know, so man.
Yeah, and you know who's there for the right reason and who's not. You know.
Yeah, nah, definitely, man. And do you know what? I think Kofi said so much in so little, and for real. And I just wanted to deconstruct that a little bit for people, just in case they didn't catch that. You said a lot of people don't even know the language they are speaking, that they themselves are speaking. And this is once again going back to I'm gonna say this for a few episodes as to why I wasn't on social media, all right? And this
rich dad, poor dad.
It comes back down to like what Kofi just said, in terms of obviously like people not knowing what language they speak. And I think since we're on the topic of relationships, a lot of people don't know that they're in a relationship with themselves as well.
Take the gloves off.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like you are actually in a relationship with yourself. Some people don't even love themselves
at all,
and they're searching for love outside,
empty.
And then if you can't love yourself, you're never going to be able to accept somebody else. And this is why it's like you need to understand that first you're in a relationship with yourself,
right? And
you need to understand you. You need to understand what makes you work. You need to understand what you like, what you don't like. You need to understand what your goals are. Do you understand? And all these things. So I think definitely, man, when it comes down to understanding your own language, it comes down to you understanding you and you falling in love with who you are. I'm not talking about no egotistical thing. I'm talking about you actually accepting you for who you are and then being able to accept others for who they are as well. Do you know what I mean?
So you're never compromised. You're never in a position where you feel like you have to accept things. Because if you know exactly who you are, then you don't. You're taking what you want. It's not what you can get.
Facts.
So the thing is, sorry, with me, I actually worked it out in the reverse. So I wasn't comfortable with who I was when I met Charlie, right? I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't sure of myself. I wasn't.
But listen, Charlie in the building, go on.
My self-esteem was low. But I think meeting Charlie at that time even more cemented the fact that I knew Charlie was the one, because she was accepting all of that and was willing to support me through trying to find that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that then allowed me to realize, okay, she's one, she's happy for me to work things out. She's not expecting anything from me right now. She's happy to support. And I think you might not know when that person's coming along.
Yeah.
But when that person comes along, make sure you're working with it and you're not working
against it. Yeah, definitely.
Big
that for me would be the most important thing, because me and Charlie have been through, literally, we've been through everything. So I know that Charlie's not with me for any specific reason. She's just with me for me any which way that I am, because she's been with me when I had nothing, when I could hardly speak, when I lost everything, when I made a bit of money, when I lost it again, tried again. Right. So I just think that you might never know when it is, but just embrace it if it comes, and don't try to be something that you're not.
Absolutely. And you know, it's crazy. You said that you kind of figured it out the other way around. I think I was in between. And I say that because I knew who I was. Right. So obviously, coming from a Christian background, you know, there was something that I always looked up to in the Bible, and that was like the Holy Spirit, right? The 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit, right? And it was basically, the fruits of the Holy Spirit is nothing but emotions. So you don't have to be a Christian to embody the fruits of the Holy Spirit. It's just, you know, it's talking about faith. It's talking about being humble. It's talking about being joyous. It's talking about being loving. So I was all these things, right? However, when I looked at my external surroundings, people weren't necessarily that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I thought, can I be this happy guy that shows people love, that's, you know, kind and all these things? Like, people take advantage of you. So I started to kind of lose, you know, not lose, but I was like, I don't think I could be this person, right? And the reason why I kind of, you know, I was like, nah, Alicia's the one, is because she was that as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, raw. So there is someone that's like this, that embodies these emotions.
Yeah, but that's the language I'm saying.
That's the language. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why I say I was kind of in between, because I knew who I was, but I was on the point of, maybe I shouldn't be like this. Do you know what I'm saying?
You almost feel like an outcast.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And that's why. So I understand what you're saying, and you know, like. So me being in the middle, there were certain characteristics, certain emotions that I had, that certain traits that I was already starting to embody while I was leaving the person who I really was. Yeah. And when I saw that in Alicia, she accepted that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, rah, I can be myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's when I started to become more of who I was. And yeah, man. And that's, you know, for me, someone that makes me, like you said, someone that speaks the same language as you. Imagine being in a foreign country, right? Nobody speaks the same language that you speak. Right? And then imagine bumping into one person that speaks that language. You ain't leaving them. You're not leaving.
That is literally how it is.
That is the best analogy right there.
But the worst thing is, but the worst thing is when people put themselves in positions where, out of desperation,
they're using Google Translate.
Yeah, and you can almost tell. You can almost tell that these two, they're not. You know what I'm saying? You can tell.
This guy said they're using Google.
No, but literally, that's literally. And then that same person might bump into someone that speaks their language and they're a totally different person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Why do you think that people stay in toxic relationships?
What's toxic to you?
Toxic is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't speak the same language. You know?
Yeah. And it just gets worse after that. Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
And it could go back to what he said as well. Self-love. You don't love yourself. And then you put yourself in a situation where this person sees that you don't love yourself and they're taking advantage because you're so needy that you're just ready to do anything.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? And people stay in situations like that.
Yeah. You know? People have their reasons, I guess, but again, it comes down to knowing yourself. I think a lot of topics that we talk will come down to knowing yourself.
Right.
That answers a lot of questions.
Or finding yourself.
yourself. Yeah. This is it. But people need to accept that journey as well.
Facts.
You need to know that you need to know yourself to make that journey. Some people just feel like they've got life figured out.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. And you know what? Yeah, like even going back to what you were saying as why do I think people stay in toxic relationships? I think it's majority because once again, I think knowing yourself, of course, but knowing yourself means you need to look inside you to know who you are, right? But what the world we live in now is everyone's focused on the external, right? Yeah. Everything is outside. You know, if you want to get over this depression that you're going through, go to your doctors, get prescribed this medication,
and you'll be straight.
And you'll be all right. If you want to find the lifestyle that you want, go on social media and you see it. If you want the girl that you want, so a lot of things is like very external, and I think we, you know, because I'm not exempt from this, but we are trained to basically look outside of us for the answer rather than looking inside. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think even though people know that this relationship is toxic, I need to be with this girl because she has this, or I need to be with this guy because he has this. This is what society says the right person is for me. So I'm just the wrong one. I'm not right. He's the right, or she's the right one. So they stay with them for the reasons that the world tells them that you have to stay with these people. Do you understand? Like, I know there's certain relationships where, you know, the girl will be like, oh, you know, he's doing this to me, or he's beating me up, or the guy is saying, oh, she stole my money and da. And then people will be like, what? Have you seen how bad she looks, fam? Are you mad?
Yeah, some people will say, oh, I'll stay there.
I'm staying there, Like, you mad? Do you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, some people, like, you're getting slapped up and that, and they'll be like, nah, he loves you, man. That's why he's slapping you.
Yeah.
Like, really, fam.
But if you have them type of friends, you've got...
You just said, like, really?
Like, I don't know anyway. Let me not...
No,
you know,
what you're saying is facts, bro.
Before they come for my head.
No, it's calm. Let them. What you're saying is facts, though.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, you ain't said one word that's a lie.
Yeah, for real.
And that's what you see outside. That's what you see outside.
I think that one reason why people stay in toxic relationships is because they're not showing the other person, or they're not showing each other the real them from the off.
Yes.
So then what happens is the fake them at the beginning of the honeymoon period was really nice, really good. And then they stay in the toxic relationship hoping to get that back. But that ain't coming back because that weren't real. And you can't live that for too long, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I've met a lot of people that have been in relationships like that, and I'm like, you know it's not right. You know you shouldn't be with her, or you're not the one for her sometimes, you know?
But you're a good friend, though.
Yeah, so...
A lot of people will say what you said. Oh, don't worry, that means he loves you. Or she, or whatever. No. You can work it out. You can work it out. Like, red flags are going everywhere.
But
everywhere's red.
The thing is, no matter what you say as a friend, it takes for the person to realise.
You've done your job. You've done your job, though. You've done your job.
True.
It takes for the person.
Yeah, man. I can't remember. There was a Kanye West quote where it was something like, it's almost like the more you fight for a relationship, the harder it is to actually like leave. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is. I think with people, it's almost like they've invested too much into it. And that's why it's like, they've convinced themselves. And once again, when we go back to affirmations, it's like the more you tell yourself with each situation, right? Remember, you're involved in a deep traumatic experience. Do you understand? Like, if someone, for example, cheats on you, or whatever the case may be, whatever negative experience that may be, right? You're obviously very emotionally affected by it, right? And what matters most is what you tell yourself while you're in that emotional state, because that's when it records more into your subconscious. So it's like, if you're in a certain experience, you're like, no, he's good, and you've convinced yourself that he's good, and you're staying, and it then makes it that much 10 times harder.
That whole
expression to say, right,
he's good. So now your subconscious creates that to say, no, we want to stay here. We want to stay here.
You understand? And that's why sometimes as friends, it's also important that we keep telling them the truth. Because you have to keep reinforcing that to rewrite that subconscious lie that they've told themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, going back to...
I've heard some crazy stuff, bro.
I've seen and heard some crazy things. You know what I mean?
There was a girl that I knew a time ago. She knew her boyfriend was cheating on her. She knew. As in, it's not a thing. She knew. But she couldn't leave. Like, she was like, where am I going to go? Like, what am I going to do? Like... You know what I'm saying? Like what you said, when they've invested so much.
But there's a difference between, that's the thing, a lot of people lose like there needs to be like some sort of balance. There's investing and there's losing yourself. There's
Yeah.
You're investing in a relationship because you want that for the relationship, but you should also understand that humans are humans. Anybody can get up one day and say they don't want. So what are you gonna do? So you have to still have that in your head. Obviously, you invest in someone and you're building a future, but that's not your life. You know what I'm trying to say. Anything can happen. So what do you do? That's what a lot of people wake up and then they're like, what do I do with myself? But how can you ask yourself, what do you do with yourself?
All right,
Your purpose on this earth is
and you know, I'm just gonna say you just killed it, bro. Because what you just said, you said there's investing and there's losing, bro.
There's losing.
It's literally like trading. It's literally like assets and liabilities. Do you understand? You have to understand when, okay, I'm investing, right? And it's like, okay, I've taken a loss.
Yeah.
Let me get out with whatever I've got now before
I
lose my whole capital.
Or even if you invest in it, you're investing knowing that there's a potential of you losing it.
Yeah.
So if you do lose it, you're not that emotionally attached to it, so you can walk away.
Right.
Where some people invest
Emotional
not thinking
attachment.
that, this could happen. So when it does happen, you've expected the whole world to look this certain way.
Yeah.
When it doesn't happen, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. That's crazy, man. Because I it's mad, and this is what I like to say, that I believe like with every single thing in life, you learn something and you can apply it to any other aspect. Because what you were just talking about relationship, and I'm thinking about it in terms of trading. It's the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, man. 100%. Because some people they'll look at a stock and they'll be like, yeah, it's gonna be this amazing thing. I'm gonna earn this. And then the thing is going down, and they're still throwing money. They're still investing.
They don't understand.
And the thing is, before you know it, you've lost yourself. You've lost your whole account.
Yeah.
Now you're going out to the world and you're smacking the next guy that's trying to help you. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the same thing though with relationships. It's the same thing because with relationships, you get involved. And then like you've lost yourself, and then the next guy that means well, you're taking it out on him or you're taking it out on her. Do you get me? And it's like, you have to understand, this is not the stock you invested in that lost you money, bruv. It's a new day. Like, you know. Right. So, you know, yeah, man, that's crazy.
I think one thing that I like about this conversation is that, and conversations that I've been seeing, they've been very blame orientated.
Yeah.
As in, it's men.
Yeah.
It's women.
Do you understand that video?
Bro, that's becoming redundant now, though.
It's so redundant.
Now
I hope so.
It's like literally.
I hope so.
Do you understand this? You can't keep trying to say you want a good relationship when the first thing you're doing is blaming somebody else.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
Self accountability is something that people are starting. It's like a foreign concept.
You know?
Yeah.
If you could check yourself,
you're
there. Like,
that's it, man.
You can check yourself. You've already made it, man.
Yeah, for real.